Wizzair is Europe's third largest budget airline. But how good is Wizzair? Well, this week we try Wizzair on a few flights to find out.
And that is why we are at Wrocław Airport in Poland, because it's been 3 years since I've done Wizzair. So let's take them from here in Poland down to Podgorica in Montenegro and then up to Germany. So without any further ado, let's see how they've changed in the past 3 years. Let's jump right in on this two-leg flight. Let's go.
This video is sponsored by Airline. More about them later.
It's good to see that the sign's still here. It was here last time I came through, but we don't actually need to check in. Check-in is actually over there for Wizzair. We could check in, but you get charged for it like every other airline. So in effect, it is just a bag drop. So we don't need to do that. So let's just head through security and go get ourselves a coffee. It is funny as well to see that Costa Coffee is here now as well. That's pretty good. We're not going to have coffee here, but we're going to go through security and get some coffee. We are through security. Now let's go get ourselves a coffee. I remember the coffee shop here was very nice. Had a very nice croissant last time, so let's go get a coffee there and go through the border, because we need to go through the border because Montenegro isn't in the EU. So let's go through the border and yeah, chill, because we've got about an hour to our flights. I'm interested to see how Wizzair are going to be, because it has been a real long time since I've done Wizzair, so it'll be interesting. I still need to do a comparison, I think, between all three of the big budget airlines in the European area, you know, Ryanair, Wizzair, EasyJet, all those kind of ones, but today we're seeing how Wizzair is.
Hello, can I get that Americano?
I have got myself a coffee and some Polish soup, as you can see. I know this coffee is very strong and very nice. I've had it before. It's very, very good coffee. Bread and Co in Wrocław Airport. Good coffee. But anyway, gonna have this and then go through the border and get on board.
And before we carry on, I just want to talk about this week's sponsor, Airline. You see, every time I travel, I need to make sure that I have an eSIM so I don't get hit with huge roaming charges. And with this trip taking us from Poland through Montenegro and up to Germany, it's especially useful because Montenegro is not part of the EU. You see, with Airline, I don't have to worry about whether my SIM will work when I arrive, or waste time in airports trying to find a local SIM card. For this trip, I've simply downloaded the Airline app, bought a regional European eSIM, and installed it while I had Wi-Fi at the airport before boarding my plane. And with that, I am good to go. The reason I bought a European regional eSIM is so that I can change countries on my trip without having to change eSIM, as the regional eSIMs work across the area that you're traveling. You can choose from local, regional or global eSIMs from 200 plus destinations, and Airline is trusted by over 30 million users worldwide, including myself. I have been using Airline for years now, and I can honestly say that they are one of the best eSIM providers that I have ever used, and are my go-to when I'm traveling. So if you're traveling soon, then be sure to download the Airline app using my link in the description, and be sure to use discount code WorldwideDom to get $3 off your first eSIM. And once again, thank you to Airline for sponsoring this video.
Okay, just had coffee and my soup. Now let's head to the gate. It looks like boarding's starting pretty soon, so let's head to the gate. I can see the gates right there.
Once through the border, everybody was already lined up for boarding.
Through the border, and now we've just got to get on the plane. It looks like it's going to be a packed plane today, 321 neo, so Wizzair actually have quite a young fleet, and it's sitting right out there. It's just going to wait and get on board. We'll see how this is.
And soon, boarding started.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Here we are then, getting on board Wizzair over. We're down to Podgorica. I love Podgorica, you'll know from my last videos. Went there, loved it last time. So let's go and see it again.
Getting on board Wizzair's A321neo, the seating is laid out in a standard 3-3 configuration, pretty normal for a budget carrier.
On Wizzair's A321neo, it's looking actually very new and very clean. It's bright and airy, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the onboard service is like. It's very, very nice actually. The seats are clean. They're not the thickest padding of seats, to be honest, but beggars can't be choosers, I don't think. And this fare was very, very cheap. and I would say the seats are the same as the ones that KLM use in their new 321s. It looks the same, just with a different colour of padding. So I will show you around the seat real quickly. As you can see, there is a decent amount of legroom. Even with a bag underneath the seat in front of you, there's plenty of legroom. So it's not actually too bad up front. And then also you've got a decent sized tray table and a seat back pocket, which is nice to have. In the seat back pocket there is a magazine where you can buy things. Is that an inflatable plane? Why did airlines stop selling models and give you inflatable planes? Who'd buy an inflatable plane? I don't know, maybe. Might have to buy it and see what it's like. But there's also a menu of things to buy, so... But yeah, we'll see what we can get when we get airborne. It's a bit late, so maybe need something to eat, and even though it's late, maybe just a little coffee. Little one. But yeah, we'll see what the flight's like to Podgorica. Can't wait to get back there. I love Montenegro, such a nice little country.
After everyone was on board and settled, we were pushing back to taxi our way out to the runway for takeoff, and the crew performed a safety demonstration. It was also nice to see the local plane spotters out in force this morning. Taking off out of Wrocław, we begin our 1 hour 30-minute flight down to Podgorica in Montenegro.
We have taken off out of Wrocław now. Flight time to Podgorica should be about 2 hours 10 minutes. Crew's just about to start the buy on board service, so we'll definitely get something. It's gonna be a pretty late landing into Podgorica, so thinking I get something to eat and maybe a coffee. So yeah, should be a pretty pleasant flight. It's super quiet as it is with all Neos, and the views outside are pretty nice. So be a nice pleasant flight, I think, this one.
Just quickly, if you're liking this video, then why not go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date with all my travels. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Once in the cruise, the crew came around with a buy on board service.
So the crew have come around with a buy on board service. I've got myself a meal deal, which you can see in front of me. Went for the Turkish salami with cheese, pretzel, baguette thing, and a coffee, of course, which is Arabic and coffee, and it's actually really nice. I don't know what it is about budget airlines. I'm still trying to figure out that they seem to care more about their coffee. They always have like filter coffee, whereas like legacy carriers don't. It's weird, but I appreciate it. That you get a decent coffee on a budget airline. Also got Pringles, and I've never had this flavour of Pringles before. Hot and spicy Pringles. Never had that before. Be interesting to see what they're like. I do like some spicy food, so be interesting to see. Never seen it before. Maybe an Eastern European thing? Polish thing? Don't know. Poland? Is that Eastern European, or is that classed as Central Europe nowadays? I don't know what the correct terminology is. Let me know down below. But yeah, gonna get this had and then try and get a kip, because it'll be a late landing into Podgorica.
As the sun set, we approached Montenegro.
Okay then, here we are on the bathroom of Wizzair and their A321neo. And it's actually really clean, brand spanking new. So yeah, it is a pretty standard bathroom, but yeah, it's nice for a bathroom. It's good as a bathroom can be. Clean, that's all you need. But anyway, let's get back to it.
Soon after getting back to my seat, the crew was preparing the cabin for landing. Landing into Montenegro, that rounds off our first flight on this trek across Europe with Wizzair. Overall, it was a very pleasant short flight, but as I make my way through Montenegrin customs, you let me know what you thought down below. Truth be told here, and I need to be honest, I'm actually on my first real holiday in about 3 years since starting this channel. For the past 3 years, all my time off work has been taken up with building this channel. And to avoid burnout, I finally decided that I needed to take a break for a week.
Hi there.
Check-in?
Yes, please. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. There we have it, people. The first leg of our trip across Europe on Wizzair. Personally, I thought it was really good. The crew, very intense, as in they were so serious, but they were really friendly. Really friendly. Did buy something on board that they laughed at me for getting, so I'll show you that at the end of the video. But anyway, I'm gonna get a sleep and then we are gonna head back to the airport and get the second leg up to Germany. So I will see you then.
I didn't vlog my entire holiday as I wanted this holiday to be mainly for relaxation, but I did get some clips. So please enjoy this small montage of what I got up to over the week I was staying in Montenegro.
And hello again, we're back at Podgorica Airport to take Wizzair once again on the second leg of this trip up to Germany. So without any further ado, let's go get the bag dropped, get on up to Germany and see how they are on the second leg. Let's go. You can see here then that the Wizzair line is actually pretty long. And apparently Wizzair have business class going to the boards up there, which, yeah, Wizzair quite clearly don't have business class. I think that's just for priority boarding or priority bag drops, but don't have that. Just got my bag here. Yeah, just got to wait, get the bag dropped. We've got about 2 hours to the flight, so not too worried. So I think our flight is currently the first flight of the day, so I think all of these people are for the flights up to Germany, if not for the one for Hamburg. 2 German flights starting today. Hello. There we go. That's great, thank you very much.
With the bag dropped, it was time to head straight through security.
Okay, we've made it through security. Now let's go get ourselves a coffee because it's 4:30 in the morning and I desperately need it. Let's see if we can get ourselves something for breakfast as well.
Hi, can I get an Americano, green tea and 2 croissants, please?
Here, got myself my morning coffee, which is sorely needed. On my way home to Scotland, so transferring in Germany, and I got about a 6-hour layover in Germany. So many of these are going to be required today. Also got myself a little croissant to see us through until we get on board. Hopefully get something to eat on board as well. Should be a good flight, this one. If anything like the last one, it'll be perfectly fine. Not really sure where Wizzair is getting all their bad press from, if I'm honest, just from the experience, but we'll see. We'll see. I probably need to fly them a lot more. I think it's one of those budget airlines you got to fly quite a lot to get a real feel for it. That's why we're doing the 2 in this video. But if you've got any routes that you think I should do on Wizz Air, let me know down below. Anyway, gonna have this and then we'll be on board.
While having my coffee, the airport filled with more passengers for the first flights of the day. And as the sun rose, we were called for boarding.
Our flight is on the board and boarding is just about to start. So let's get on board and get on up to Germany. Here we are back on board Wizz Air and our A321. It is roughly the same as we had last time. Plenty of leg room, seats fine. Can't really complain about it. Apparently it's going to be a full flight this one, so unlike the last one where we had a bit of space, this one's going to be packed. So we'll see how it is on a packed flight. But anyway, just take that off and let's get on our way to Germany.
Once the doors were closed, we turned from the gate under our own power and made our way out to the runway. Here we get a great view of Air Montenegro's E190. Sadly, the airline has been involved in some controversies recently, but if you want a rather more hopeful take on them, check out my video on Air Montenegro. The link is in the description. Taking off out of Podgorica, we begin our 2-hour 15-minute flight up to Karlsruhe in Germany.
Okay then, the crew have come around with the buy on board service, but they don't have anything to eat, so glad I had that croissant in the airport. Just got myself a coffee to have. Need to get something to eat when we get into Germany, but just gonna have my coffee and then, yeah, just wait, snooze, I think. It's a very, very misty day. Apparently the weather in Germany is not meant to be great. It's meant to be like thunderstorms or something. It's meant to be 40 degrees. There's a heat wave in Europe. It's meant to be 40 degrees, so not going to be pleasant on the ground in Germany, I don't think. But anyway, gonna have this just now, and then we'll be landing into Germany. Cheers. And it is good coffee. It is good coffee. Proper filtered coffee.
If you've made it this far into the video, then why not consider becoming a YouTube channel member or a Patreon? It all goes into making videos like this one, plus you'll be getting access to some exclusive content. In the cruise, I did notice that the cabin on this aircraft hadn't been cleaned while the aircraft was in stand overnight. It wasn't the worst, but still doesn't give a good look. While having my coffee, we were passing over northern Italy before crossing the Alps, passing Switzerland and into Germany.
Begun our descent into Karlsruhe, Baden-Baden Airport. It's very, very misty outside. There's a lot of atmosphere about. No thunderstorms as they thought, but it does look like it's going to be a hot day down there. So get on the ground, and then I'll give you my final thoughts then.
Landing into Karlsruhe Baden Airport, I should let you know what these flights cost me. The first flight one way from Poland to Montenegro set me back £20. Then this second flight from Montenegro to Germany cost me £35, so both fares together cost £55, which I think is great value for money, and it's hard to argue with that price. But you let me know what you think. Have you had any experiences of Wizz Air? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. Thank you once again to Airlo for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to download the Airlo app using my link in the description and use code WorldwideDom for $3 off your first eSIM.
And there we have it, people. Wizz Air from Poland to Montenegro to Germany. What did you make of that? Personally, I thought it was a fantastic, fantastic journey. I don't know where Wizzair gets all their hate from. I honestly don't. It seems a pretty legitimate airline, and one that I will definitely fly again. Prices for all the flights are down below, along with the extras that I bought. But anyway, people, if you have any suggestions on where I should fly with Wizzair, let me know down below. But anyway, people, if you did like this video, then you should check out this video here. And as always, people, we will see you all in the next one.